Lake Overholser in Oklahoma City is the metro's oldest reservoir, having been established in 1919 as a water supply for a still operational water treatment facility near NW 6th and Pennsylvania Avenue. Lake Overholser is linked to Lake Hefner and is situated on the city's northwest edge. Although not as popular as Lake Hefner, Oklahoma City's Lake Overholser, named for the city's 16th mayor, offers many boat ramps, a covered fishing pier, picnic spaces, and other amenities. On this Lake Overholser fishing guide, we are looking forward to sharing all useful details that you need to know for fishing in the lake. Facts about Lake Overholser. Lake Overholser is an urban reservoir in West Oklahoma City that was built in 1919. View migrating birds from Stinchcomb Wildlife Reserve or enjoy spectacular sunsets from the East Bank. Everyone can enjoy the playground, duck pond, and picnic pavilion at Route 66 Family Park. Boat ramps, a fishing dock, a covered fishing pier, picnic spaces, barbecues, bathrooms, and group shelters are among the other amenities. A nature walk, soccer field, and tennis courts are among the recreational facilities. Lake Overholser has 7 miles of coastline and 1,500 acres of surface area, with an average depth of 6 to 13 feet. Sailing, boating, running, and jet skiing are all allowed. Drive-up access is available along the eastern coast. With one illuminated fishing pier, the boat launching area and dock on Overholser provide extra fishing access. Swimming is not permitted. Boating, hunting, and fishing all need city and state licenses. Lake Overholser is around 1,600 acres in size and 6 feet deep on average. Its deepest point is just 13 feet, making it substantially shallower than adjacent Lake Hefner, which is 94 feet deep. Greater than read, is traveling a hobby? The ultimate guide to an exciting way of life. Greater than learn about the downsides of traveling as a hobby. Location of Lake Overholser. The lake located southwest of Lake Hefner, between Council and Morgan Roads, slightly south of Route 66 and north of I-40. The dam sits in the southeast portion of the park. The NW 10th and NW 39th expressways are 2 points of entry. Boating. Lake Overholser has boat ramps on the east, south, and southwest shores. Boating, sailing, and jet skiing are all permitted. Inquire about permissions with a Parks and Recreation official. They're available at Academy Sports and Outdoors, Bass Pro Shops in Bricktown, and a few Walmarts and gas stations. Fishing is one of the main attractions of Lake Overholser, and there is a covered fishing pier on the lake's southwest side. Permits may be purchased at the same places as boating permits. Recreation activities at Lake Overholser. Picnic places may be found on the southeast shore of Lake Overholser. With early notification, a covered picnic shelter is available. Soccer fields, walking/hiking routes, and tennis courts are all available by the lake. At Lake Overholser, swimming is banned. You may be familiar with OKC Riversport, the company that operates the Lake Overholser Boathouse and all of the exciting activities on the Oklahoma River. A zip line over the lake, a stunt leap, an extreme swing, a climbing wall, and kayak and stand-up paddle board rentals are among the activities available. Guide to Lake Overholser fishing. Don't allow the absence of a boat keep you from catching fish this season. Almost every town has plenty of good bank fishing possibilities. Subdivision ponds, quarries, golf course water hazards, marinas, and bridges provide intelligent anglers with the opportunity to capture the fish of a lifetime without the cost or difficulties of owning a boat. Getting more fish from the shore takes dedication, practice, and attention to detail, just like other methods of fishing. Here are a few pointers from some of the top bank fishermen in the nation that can help you catch more fish in the coming months. 1. Take a stroll around the beach. When you arrive at a beach fishing spot, avoid the impulse to start casting right away. To begin, stroll around the perimeter or inspect the water body for fishy-looking structures like as vegetation, laydowns, and docks. Before you go fishing, make a mental map of the area and devise a game plan. This will allow you to concentrate on the most productive regions. Keep an eye out for fish as well. A school of baitfish might indicate what the predator fish are up to. 2. Maintain a low profile. There is generally minimal cover in ponds, streams, and other shore fishing sites. As a result, your silhouette might alert the fish to your presence before you ever make a throw. To keep your shadow hidden from the fish, stand near to a tree, clump of grass, or dock piling. If the weather is nice, try to keep your shadow off the Lake Overholser. Fish are tuned in to watch for the shadows of birds of prey and herons, so if your shadow crosses their path, they will disperse. 3. Cast lines parallel to the beach. It's natural to stroll up to a pond or other body of water and throw a cast out as far as possible toward the center. Unfortunately, the most majority of game and panfish will be found near shore or on the first substantial drop-off close to shore in most ponds and lake Overholsers. It's critical to resist the impulse to quarter away and make parallel throws along the bank. This will hold your bait in the striking zone for longer, resulting in more bites. 4. Bank anglers must reduce their size. In all fishing scenarios, the expression "match the hatch" applies. It implies that if you employ baits and presentations that closely mimic the dominant prey of the fish you're after, you'll capture more of them. Stunted panfish and minnows are the most common baitfish species in the typically tiny waterways accessible to shore fishermen. Reduce the size of your presentations to encourage action. When fishing with a worm, use a 4-5-5-inch model rather than an 8-inch type. Switch to a 14 or 1/8 ounce spinnerbait if you're fishing with one. 5. When shore fishing, pack light. Bank fishermen without a boat can only fish where their feet can carry them. This implies that finding the sweet places will almost always require a lot of walking. Taking a number of rod/reel combinations and a large tackle box from place to place may quickly become exhausting and irritating. Instead, go for a single multi-purpose rod/reel combination and a compact rucksack with just a few presentations. This makes walking simpler, saves energy, and allows you to spend more time fishing rather than dragging gear. A topwater, a moving bait with flash, spinning, etc., a moving bait with noise, a crankbait, a soft plastic for slower presentations, and a finesse bait are 5 presentations to consider. How do you get started? A lake Overholser or pond shoreline is a good area to start learning how to shore fish. You'll be ready to fish after you've purchased a fishing license, assembled your freshwater fishing gear, and located a public lake Overholser or pond. When learning how to fish from the bank of a lake Overholser or pond, keep these fishing guidelines in mind. Docks, logs, foliage, rock heaps, and felled trees are all good fishing places along the shoreline. Concentrate your fishing efforts in these places after you've discovered structure. To discover the ideal sites, go around the lake Overholser or pond coastline. The most productive places are likely to be farther away from roadways and crowded areas. Due to noise and fishing demand, shoreline sites near a park entrance, for example, may offer fewer bites. Your line should be parallel to the coastline. While you may be tempted to throw straight out into the center of the lake Overholser or pond, the majority of the fish will be found along the shore. These are nice sites to explore if you can determine where the coastline dips down into the lake Overholser or pond. Last words. Lake Overholser is a peaceful, rural location with access to the North Canadian River for rowing, kayaking, and stand-up paddleboarding. The lake's edge trails provide for a lovely backdrop for jogging, cycling, or leisurely hikes. Wraps, salads, sandwiches, and house-made jams are available at the Trailhead Cafe for breakfast and lunch. A stunt leap free fall, an extreme swing, a climbing wall, a double zip line over the ocean, and kayak/sup rentals are among the activities available. Are you planning a family reunion, scout meeting, or field trip? Private parties and group trips are welcome at the facilities. Follow this Lake Overholser fishing guide and get the most out of your stay here.